What up, gang? Lane Carolina Jackpot time coming at you. It's Thursday evening. It's a little after 6 o'clock. Just picked up a couple groceries and it's time to get back to the crib, get some dinner cooked up. I'm making a special breakfast casserole. You may have seen me do that over on the Rockabelly channel a couple of years ago. There's a reason why I have not, let's get this going, I have not done many football videos past couple of weeks other than just our normal live show. And that reason is that Mr. Find Some Joy, Shane BEAMER, Mr. Find Some Joy has caused me to lose mine. Sitting here at 3-6 right now, heading into game number 10 of the season. This just feels like just such a fucking downer, and just so much of a what might have been type season. The Gamecocks, with all these injuries, you know, we look here, if you say we've had, I don't know, and how many injuries we've had, I don't have a number value on it, but just say we've had 36 injuries, 36 games where people have missed time due to injury. Well, say that was cut to 9, all right? So cut it just 25% of what it is. I mean, is that record significantly different? Yes or no? I mean, the defensive side of the football for South Carolina has been the biggest Achilles heel this year, obviously. If you've watched any South Carolina football and you have, you know, a set of eyeballs that work, you can tell that defense is not very good. However, the majority of the injuries that we've sustained have not been on that side of the ball. Now, South Carolina did lose starting linebacker Mo Kaba the first game of the season. They lost safety Nick Emenwari the first game of the season, lost him for several games. He missed time there. And there have been other injuries here and there on the defense, but largely the unit's been fairly healthy, and has just, saying that it hasn't performed up to standards would be a vast understatement. This is the worst defense I've seen at South Carolina. It's worse than the 2014 team. It really, really is. The tackling, the being out of position, the not getting to the ball, the inability to get ball carriers on the ground, it's just sickening. And then you've got a coach over here telling us, I don't like a coach that tells me how to fan. First of all, I don't like one that tells me what to do, period. Because look, you ain't my coach. You're my team's coach, but you ain't my coach. You're not my boss. And you don't tell me what to do. So don't tell me that we should be excited about a slim 10-point victory over a Jacksonville State team that you're favored by 15.5 points against, that you should have beaten by 3 touchdowns. You should have. You should have beaten them by at least 3 touchdowns. I don't care what their record is. They hadn't played nobody. Their offense was fucking one-dimensional. No. You had to struggle. Couldn't stop. You couldn't stop that read option offense. It's a fucking, it's a high school offense. A high school type offense where you just play assignment football. No, you had out of position the entire game. No, we're supposed to go celebrate that. We're supposed to celebrate it just like your team supposedly was celebrating it. I don't believe that. I don't believe they were happy. I don't believe they were celebrating that, and I think you're full of shit. And it's starting to come to a head with me and this dude right now. And now, when you were hired in November, or was it December of 2020, I was pissed. And everyone who was here on this channel, who was watching my content at the time, they knew I was pissed. I didn't want your ass. I didn't want you. Never been a head coach anywhere. You never been a coordinator anywhere. I was not happy. However, all these former players pushed for you. They wanted you to get the job because you wanted the job. You wanted to be here. They pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And I said, well, he's a good recruiter. And then, you won the press conference. Then you started gradually winning me over until I was to the point where I said, look, I don't care what I said then. Forget what I said. Hey, this is my team's coach now, and I'm going to support him until I deem otherwise. Well, I'm not. I said some things Saturday out of anger during the live stream. I actually said something about the effect that I hope the South Carolina stole Tennessee's signals, or Michigan stole Tennessee's signals, gave them to South Carolina so they could beat them and knock them out of the college football playoff thing. I went on to the extreme to say that I hope that was true, so that they could fire the entire lot of you and do it with just cause and not have to pay a penalty for it, and just be done with you. I don't necessarily mean that. Sometimes in the in a moment of anger, oftentimes when there are cocktails involved, we say things that we don't really mean, or that we wish we could take back that don't make a lot of sense at the time. But I was angry, and certainly had every right to be. And I think that the entire fan base has a right to be angry, and they have a right to demand better. I don't want to hear. I'm tired of the sick old narrative that we used to hear. Ain't nobody ever won there at South Carolina. But there are even idiots that say Steve Spurrier couldn't win there. What the hell is somebody doing driving up the wrong side of the damn road? Oh, you're turning into your driveway. Why don't you just fucking turn out of this damn lane, you dumb fuck? Steve Spurrier couldn't win there. Nobody win there. Newsflash, he did win there. He had 3 11-win seasons in a row. 3 top 10 finishes in a row. Did he win the big one? I said what? I said the big one? No, he didn't win the big one. But he came as close as we've ever come before. And probably ever will. I'm getting close to 50 years old. I've come to terms pretty much with the fact that I'm probably never going to live to see this team win any kind of conference championship. I'm not going to say make the playoffs. You're expanding to 12 teams and then eventually to 16. There's no reason to think that South Carolina can't at least make that at some point, that you can't be one of the top 12 or 16 teams in the country. Surely to God, somebody can get us there, but it's not going to be Shane Beamer. I'm not saying that I'm off the train or that I'm not supporting him no matter what. He's done. He's dead to me. Blah blah blah. I'm not saying that, but I've come to grips with the realization now in this past week. He's not it. He's not the guy. The attitude is all wrong. The mindset's wrong. From things I've heard, rumblings I've heard, I don't think the players respect him. So in turn, if they don't respect him, I don't think they respect his staff either, and that's just a bad situation all the way around. And it'll probably just do nothing but get worse, to be honest with you. Yeah, you may win a few more ball games. The play may improve, but morale-wise, I think things are going to go downhill a little bit. He's not going to get fired at the end of the season. Anybody thinking that he is, it's just silly talk. He's got to make the right decisions during this offseason, though, if he wants to stay head coach here at any point in time past the end of the 2024 season. It just he's got to find a new defensive coordinator that knows what the fuck they're doing, and new defensive position coaches. This bunch is just not it. They're horrible. I think the past few years, we thought, oh, Clayton White, this defense, you got a good defense. Well, the numbers say otherwise, and I've already talked about a lot of the ire that was directed toward Marcus Satterfield kind of curbed some of the ire that could have potentially been directed at Clayton White. In other words, Marcus Satterfield absorbed all of it. Not to say Marcus Satterfield didn't deserve it, because he was a shitty offensive coordinator. But in any situation, people kind of look for good cop, bad cop, and Clayton White was kind of good cop. Look, he's good coordinator. He's good coordinator. And to that point, he had a few good players on that unit, and they did some good things. They definitely did things a lot better than what they're doing this year. Still had a lot of trouble last year stopping the run. However, they were pretty good against teams that could throw the ball around a little bit, and not totally just shutting that shit down. But they were effective in coverage at limiting a lot of big chunk plays. This year, it's like they can stop the run, but they're going to give up tons of yards on the back end. Elsewise, they have been able to stop the pass at some points, but they've given up tons of yardage on the ground, pounding the rock. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. It's damning, and it's not all talent. Let's just say, our talent level should be here if you want to be on par with some of the other middling SEC teams. Let's just say it's here. Well, that's not that much of a drop-off from here to here. Here. Look at their results and look at our results. 75% of it is coaching. It's coaching. It's not talent. There have been plenty of coaches over the years. Plenty of them. There's plenty of them out there right now. Mark Stoops, Kyle Whittingham. These are individuals who get more with less. Now, Mark Stoops is not doing as good of a job right now as he has in the past, but he will again. Kyle Whittingham's kind of having a little bit of a down year in terms of Utah standards right now, but they will again. Getting more with less. We recruit at a pretty decent level. SEC-wise, it's still in the bottom third, but nationally, they're recruiting at a pretty decent level. There's no reason why we can't find someone who can do more with less here. It's very depressing. It's very, very depressing. To have to keep going through these coaches. And I know coordinators come and go, but it'd be nice to see some of the coordinators leave, because we like to say, well, Clayton White left because he got the head or got the defensive coordinator's position at Alabama. Or Clayton White left because he became the head coach at Old Dominion. Something. Not Clayton White left because his offenses were giving up 450 yards a game and his ass got shit canned. That's not what it's all about. That's not what turnover in coordinators, that's not what you like to see. So anyway, just wanted to get on here and vent a little bit about Gamecock football. Same thing this weekend, guys. 12 noon this Saturday. It's time to get on the bandwagon and take those nasty commotors and flush them down where they belong. We'll be joining us over on, I think it's SEC Network, a little bit before high noon for kickoff of South Carolina versus Vanderbilt. Ooh boy, we'll probably be the only individuals on planet Earth watching that. It'll be the Carolina Jackpot live stream. No, mate, seriously, come to the live stream, join us. If the Gamecocks can somehow or another blow them out, that live stream is going to get lit. If South Carolina starts losing, or God forbid loses to Vanderbilt, you're going to see a side of me come out that you don't want to see, number one, and also two, that you never thought you would see and that you didn't think existed. You'll see the horns and tail emerge from Carolina Jackpot. So make sure you tune into that live stream at 12 noon Saturday, South Carolina versus Vanderbilt. I'll see you guys later on. I appreciate it. Peace. I'm out of here. If you like this video, hit it with a thumbs up and subscribe to this Carolina Jackpot channel if you're not subscribed already. See you guys later. Peace. I'm out. Go Gamecocks. Woo!